say the thing about Troll Warlord is that you can always kind of pick your pace, right? I feel like Troll Warlord allows you to take the objectives if you want in the early game. If things aren't going well for you, then you sit back and you kind of farm up, depending on what other cores you pick with the Troll Warlord. So it really depends on this last pick as to how they're going to be playing this out, and also how their initial laning phase goes.
Reserve time.
I almost wonder, like with Bat Rider, I always think of this hero as one of those guys that can force a 4-on-5 because you just blow somebody up, and that always ends up being really effective for taking high ground also. But you could end up going for like a Nyx assassin here if you want to, as Vega Squadron. Might be a nice way to play it.
Yeah, I think that's not a bad choice. Great for the Bat Rider, pretty decent for everything else. And we have seen Silent as well as Hyoma playing the Clockwork Disruptor combo, so not a bad pick at all.
Oh.
Radiant team ban.
Great for the Bat Rider. Theoretically, you can get rid of the lasso, but it's always so difficult once you ends up picking up that Force Staff, since that photic shield range is not the greatest.
Yeah, it's kind of a weird one too, where he like can be a frontliner in the same way that Razor can, but I wonder about their lack of damage possibly, like particularly if you don't get like a long duration static link off from Razor. Might they be lacking a little bit for that? I guess you could think about Abaddon going towards like a Radiance later, and that could solve some of the issues.
I think the damage is definitely there. It's always easy to overlook the amount of damage that these kind of heroes can put out, but...
Are they going to meepo?
10 seconds remaining.
For Team Empire?
Yeah.
5 seconds remaining.
I'm going to go ahead and say that that's probably not going to happen, but it could work. In fact, it definitely would work. But do you risk it here?
Come on.
Yeah, they're going to ban it out. I think that's too scary. Like we talked about the power of going early game, and it Troll Warlord ulti on top of Meepo right clicks. That would be terrifying.
That is definitely the case. Seems like they had the same idea. They're going to ban it out. Now they need a...
10 seconds.
Never hurts to have a little more damage. So, see what they pick up for G.
5 seconds remaining.
Well, Invoker is a classic of his as well. Maybe
time.
not the best here, but you have a setup with Clockwork. I feel like they need something that like scales and is like the late game damage dealer. OD, eh.
I think you definitely want to pick up something that can end up buying Lincolns, for example. Someone who can actually survive the Bat Rider lasso if it comes down to it. Maybe we'll see Lena. What else could potentially go for that?
I really think OD.
Okay, OD might be okay.
I mean, it's always scary, but like then you have two saves sort of with Abaddon as well as the OD. He doesn't. Is he okay building Lincolns?
Lincoln's is good, but you kind of have a weird build up to it. It's going to be something along the lines of Hurricane Pike, and then Blink Lincolns, or Hurricane Pike Lincolns, if that's the case. But we'll see what they end up going with. Definitely still safer to go for someone who doesn't really need too many survival items or damage items, and can just go straight into defensive items. So
Radiant team
Dragonite is going to be the choice. Someone who can definitely survive even if he gets the lasso on him.
Oh god, I was wondering if they were going to do it.
Oh boy.
Well, we now know that they are indeed going to do it, and it's going to be a Bat Rider mid against Dragon Knight. So Empire coming out in the clutch. They knocked Vega Squadron to the lower bracket with this in the last series. And now they might end up knocking him out of the whole tournament with it as well. And they're actually sticking Afterlife on the Abaddon. I wonder if they have to switch this up and instead put Abaddon in the support and have Clockwork. Because I mean, can Abba deal with the Broodmother one-on-one?
I think he can. I think the Aphotic Shield should be enough. Worst case scenario, you ask for a little bit of help, but I think he can handle it.
10 seconds.
Maybe we will see the swap, but who knows? Abaddon support, not exactly my favorite. He really needs the levels, and by being support, it's not really much you can do. And so far, I'm really liking this Empire draft. It's just, in terms of laning, it's going to be so rough for Vega to deal with this if they don't have the matchups they were looking for. G is just totally screwed, I think. Maybe they'll put G against him.
Maybe. I mean, it's a better... Like, his armor is going to be better dealt with than the like, DOT coming in from the Bat Rider. How bad of a matchup is it, the Bat Rider against the Dragon Knight?
I think Dragon Knight just really doesn't have much of a chance. You kind of just have to sit back and breathe fire. It's so difficult to walk up to the Bat Rider because you can potentially die or take a lot of damage if you have anything more than 2 stacks on you.
All right. Well, Vega Squadron would certainly be kicking themselves after this one if they ended up getting knocked out by the same thing that beat them before. Granted, it was really well hidden. I was like, is there any way that they end up throwing some cheese their way with the Broodmon? I was like, it's not good at all. But apparently it's the Bat Rider mid that they're bringing back. What do you need to look for on Bat Rider playing out of the mid role? Is there any difference in like your skill build or your item build?
Not really. I don't think so. I think you just pretty much go for something similar. The only difference is that you might opt to skip the drum build and just go straight for a Blink Dagger because you definitely have a lot more farm from the mid lane. So we'll see. I'm just really worried about this Broodmother pick again. Like, how are they going to deal with it?
That's a good question. Right now, I guess the idea is just leave the lane completely. Nobody wants to go up top. It's going to be Afterlife that finally does head up there. But, yep. Interesting indeed. They're going to rely upon Ghostic to be that farming hero out of the off lane that we've seen him be able to become over and over again. They ban out his Enigma each of the games after they saw it in the first one, and now we're in a situation where you might be able to run crazy with this again. And the other thing, too, you talked about it the other day, and we had a good chance to chat about it, how good Insatiable Hunger is nowadays.
Well, turns him into a very powerful mid-game fighter.
The battle
Looks like Vega's going to be able to get 3 bounty runes.
Is a great conductor.
Not bad, not bad. But yeah, you look at the scaling of this. It's 60 damage, 60% lifesteal, and then all the way up to 140 at level 3. It is a ridiculous amount of damage.
Yeah, and I really worry for the Sabaton. I don't think the Sabaton is going to be able to stop Ghostic from farming up the Storm. He's going to be able to get off to an early Soul Ring, and then most likely going to see something similar to last time, just picking up that Midas.
Oh god. Gee, this is a painful lane, but we'll have to watch and see if he ends up getting soloed at any point. Those stacks of Sticky Napalm are really frustrating. Meanwhile, on the bottom, it's a much more rumble-tumble type of matchup. It's Razor versus Troll with a few supports to accompany him. Things to watch out for here, is it just like a Nightmare setup into Torrent?
Probably just going to Torrent without it.
Oh, yeah. Silent going to take some damage from that one. We have seen Razors in the, like, oh god, is G dead? Oh no, has the stick charges, but still getting ran down here. FN manning up against him, want to take it down. It is going to be first blood. Has the salve as well, so FN will live, be back up to full HP. It's painful.
Top tower is under attack.
Yeah, and this is kind of how the matchup ends up for a DK versus Bat Rider. It's just so difficult for the DK to do anything, really.
Well, this is kind of cool. Abaddon gonna go for pushing out the lane and then afterwards going for the side pull, but this might just give more farm over to Ghostic if he's not careful. Oh, battery assault. Sioma going in, wanting to run after Roger. Can they kill him off? Sealing damage from Chappie as well. Not going to be able to punish this. Effectively, one of those battery assaults ticked onto the range creep, and that's going to mean that they won't be able to find the kill onto the Kunkka. Still stealing the damage and causing trouble. This lane isn't great for Empire down here.
Well, Bat Rider almost at the boots as well. I think once he hits level 4, it's going to be very scary for G. Might be seeing that 1 point of Flame Break. Just really not allowing a Dragon Knight to run away. Does he have boots? Yeah. G does have boots now, though, so it might be a little bit easier for him.
Yeah. All right, well, just fixed a quick production thing there, and now everybody back down towards the bottom. It's going to be more damage stolen, 24 of it so far. And the real you hitting for a hell of a lot. Gotta be careful. Eventually you have to start bringing more heroes though towards mid, right? Like with Kunkka rotating in, this is potentially going to be another kill onto G if they're not careful.
Just waiting for the right moment. Probably going to scare him off with the stacks. Force him to walk right into a torrent, and it should be a kill.
Will be pushed under the tower. And G stepping forward is going to throw out the breathe fire, and now they go. Well, Torrent is going to connect, but they don't decide to go too much further. Flame break as well. Maybe if Kunkka is the one that walks forward there and tries to take the tower a little bit, he has 4 armor, then you can kill off G, but it's a hard one.
Yeah, it's really difficult. He's still keeping him out of the lane, so I think this is fine.
Oh man, look at this. Ghost Stick denying with the spiders as well, and this is the danger that you always run into. They're going to send in a couple of spiders to break the shield or at least start to wear it down a little bit, but never commit fully for it. As Silent, more damage going on here onto Roger. They managed to find the Torrent, still stolen damage off to the side, but it looks like that rune will be secured by the Clockwork.
Well, impressively enough, G actually forces FN to go back to base, but still looking rough.
Leading a little bit in terms of CS, Chappie, Real You, as well as now the Disruptor. Everybody's kind of gone all over the place. They missed their Torrent, and they are going to be able to catch him now. Chappie brought down low and killed off by the Clockwork. Battery Assault is still a scary spell. Can't mess around with it. Now, maybe going to get another. Oh, no Battery Assault. I think Maposhka still gets out here, although he does have Cogs and the kinetic field there as well. Right clicks come in, Brain Sap's available, puts one to sleep, tries to run away. Maposhka going to get ran down, but FN again finds the kill onto G, and it looks like Maposhka, Brain Sap maybe denied a neutrals, thinking about it, ends up getting it. Well done. And FN looking to make his escape as well. I think that he doubles back here, and they won't be able to get him.
Well, Roger is stuck here. No mana
Dire's
TP out,
top
but
tower is under
no
attack.
one expects him to be here, so they're just going to walk back.
Dire's
They're going to be fine.
structures are fortified.
I mean, the TP came in to try and help for the DK, but it didn't end up working out. So that's 2 deaths so far for the DK. And the CS, as far as lanes are concerned, Brood still dominating and maybe going to start to assert some more dominance over this top lane. Oh, Torrent wants to go for it. Slowed up, lifted up.
Oh, gee.
And is going to look to be most likely dead as well. X him back in after the stun comes, the flame break push. And FN, another kill. 3-0 on the Bat Rider.
G actually wasn't doing that bad considering how difficult this lane is, but I mean, going down again, now it's looking really rough. 3 deaths in.
I mean, the CS doesn't tell the whole story. 3,200 net worth on the Bat Rider versus the just under 2,000 for the DK. And now you're in a situation up top where Ghostic can start cutting the creep wave as well if he wants to, or even just keep the farm game going. Building towards that Midas. Oh. Bane, Maposhka dead in the bottom lane yet again. It's an easy combination with Clockwork and Razor.
Yeah, this is the one nice thing that Vega have going for them. It's the fact that this bottom lane is doing pretty well.
And DK with the level 6 can actually come down here and secure a tower. So in spite of the fact that you ended up getting pretty heavily ran down in the mid lane, it is still going to be an okay situation. Bat Rider's actually coming into this. The Torrent trying to turn it. Can they do anything here? FN walking in. They get the stun off. Needs to walk away from this for the moment. They have the flame break as well if they want to try and push him back underneath. Sticky napalm charges starting to stack up and is going to find that kill onto the Razor. Still able to walk away the DOT. It's not going to be enough with the bottle charge. It's going to come out in a second, I'm sure. Bat Rider lives and the Razor dies. Meanwhile, G.
They know he's here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
They're thinking about looking. Do they realize it fully? They actually find him on. I think you give that kill to the Dragon Knight, and they do.
Very big pick there. And while all of that was happening, Chappie actually died in the jungle again. Clockwork managing to find him farming in the jungle, isolating him, and killing him off. So while this mid lane is going really well for Empire, their safe lane is disastrous. Troll Warlord forced to buy Iron Talon and just sit in the jungle.
Yeah. I mean, the flip side of that, though, is you kind of have your alternative safe lane with Ghost Stick on the Broodmother. Or maybe he's the one that makes the space for Chappie in the mid game, but it definitely does suck. I mean, how big of a worry is this, the fact that Chappie isn't getting the farm?
I'm going to go ahead and say that it's not too big of a deal. He's very far behind, but like you said, we've seen how well this Ghost Stick Broodmother works out for them. So just going to wait for...
Oh, well,
lane.
Making more space. Silent. They have the Haster and going to pull that Dragon Knight way under tower. It's a pretty good rune to have, and now G able to make his escape, actually. They have a Photic Shield as well. If they want to turn this, FN looks to be able to get... Is he really going to pressure this? He's, I think, going to die if he goes too far forward. Yeah, they'll back out. But still more space for Ghost Stick, who's going to pressure this tower a bit more.
This
Dire's
is the
top tower is under
secret
attack.
Empire carry. Pick the Broodmother. Everyone else just makes a lot of space for this Broodmother. This Broodmother pretty much uncontested. Net worth definitely reflecting that, and well, going to be seeing that similar build. We're going to most likely see the phase boots into Echo Saber, and then I believe it was Desolator BKB, which is a very, very strong fighting force once the mid game comes around.
And I mean, there is still, like, the Clockwork who's been able to find a ton by virtue of picking off that Troll Warlord. His net worth is fairly decent as well, and should be able to continue to get higher if he's able to be a part of these kills. So that's something else to maybe look out for, as he's going to go hunting again for Chappie. Chappie! Is he going to end up going down? Battery Assault walking forward. Cogs caught in trouble. Chappie gonna die. Yes. Indeed, I would agree.
Boy.
And now pulling back in again. Well, they're going to take down and kill off Roger. FN wanting to try and turn this back around for his team. They will take down one. Can they get any more? They have a lot of DOT here onto these heroes, and they're actually running through the fire, but nobody else wants to show up to this.
Uh-oh. FN. He does have 17 wand charges.
He's going to be okay for the moment.
Kind
Pulled
of
back
baiting,
in.
but there's
Chappie's
no
here.
damage.
Sioma does not have hookshot yet, but he does have the cogs to try and get a pushback. He's going to be able to catch him now. Actually, it was actually the battery assault used. Maposhka into range. Doesn't have the mana for the Nightmare. He's very close to it, though. It doesn't matter. They'll still find this kill. Gets the value rune before he dies.
Well, at least they got the kill on Chappie. Really needed the help. Slowly trying to farm his way back into this game. Ghost Stick is still farming very well.
Radiant's middle
6,000
tower
gold.
is under
Actually
attack.
gonna skip the phase, but just go straight for Echo Saber.
Interesting. So I guess wants to build into bots, maybe, eventually?
That is a potential.
That was one play that I think I saw a high-level Brood player doing, was like, maybe caught Ghost Stick? This would be a big kill if they can get it. Static Storm down. Did manage to go for the TP away and is barely going to be able to survive. Very well done by Ghost Stick. But what they ended up doing was placing like a couple of webs over here and then placing a couple webs over here and kept a couple spiders alive. And then they would just TP back and forth between the bottom and top lane. It was disgusting to watch.
Pretty cool. Oh, Silent? No, he's fine. But surely he's fine. Right? There's no way.
Oh my god.
Okay.
Yeah, out of Photic Shield is scary. But they have caught the Razor in the bottom lane. And I don't believe that he... what? Oh, the Clockwork. They ended up calling it off. Probably a good decision, and I think they make the escape as well. Flame Break pushback. Maybe Vega take this stack that's here, but well done.
Ended up missing that hook. Really sucks for a Clockwork to miss his first hook. Going to be sending him back. Well, Afterlife is just going to continuously farm up here. Going to be going for that Radiance build. Definitely going to help out when dealing with the Broodmother.
Well,
Radiant's middle tower
now
is
movement
gonna
in
defend
towards mid. They want to come and try and fight this, it looks like. Batrider is there, but this is scary. A 5-on-5 engagement, and I mean, it's hard to get into the area, but now with Brood here, maybe they actually can take this fight. G is there. Boat is going to be dropped. A lot of damage coming out, and he is gone. No chance at all. Sioma trying to turn this around, but I don't think that they're going to be able to do that either, as he is going to die to Ghost Stick, and now Tier 1 tower going to start to drop.
Radiant structures are fortified.
Brood Mother making a rotation. It's, don't see this all the time.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Saving up 2 webs.
Yeah.
Not going to be able to take this tier 1 though, so.
The web placement is always something that's really cool to watch from Broodmothers, because now that you've taken the tier 1 tower, you don't really need to access the rest of this jungle except to farm. And so you can make that movement in towards the tier 1 to defend it and be active a lot more areas around the map.
We're going to find Afterlife here. Not going to go for this though.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Clockwork's still trying to find kills in the jungle, but
Radiant's middle tower has
Empire
fallen.
not going to be there.
Yeah. So it's so far looking like Vega Squadron do want to still get active with this lineup. It's always a worry with the Broodmother able to push down your lanes off on the side here. And Abba kind of is just relegated to this top side, so him not being there for that Curse of Avernus is slowing down their push a bit.
It's very true. Are they going to go for this?
Gold for my chest.
Oh, pull back in Mapochka. And there's going to be the hook shot as well. FN is there trying to push him out, and Mapochka not able to escape from that. So they will be able to pull the creep wave past, but it's still going to be a lot of damage onto this tier 2.
Kind of interesting to see the Batrider not going for a Blink Dagger first, ends up going for the Force Staff.
Yeah.
I think he's looking to save his teammates from the Clockwork.
Well, Brood is pushing mid while this is happening, so they'll lose a tower in exchange, and I don't think they get this one. In fact, Razor might just be the one that drops. The damage output is insane, and Roger has another X, 4 points in it, very low cooldown. No Torrent as of yet, but the Fiend's Grip is gonna be there. Sioma trying to break this, needs to get into range of the Cogs. They will get the pushback. FN still alive, very tanky because of that drums you were talking about, and now the push into G as well. Can they get this kill? It doesn't look like it. Battery Assault running down Mapochka. Broodmother, though, while all this is happening, is taking towers and maybe going to be able to find more. The Force Staff, good save there by FN, but it does not end up fully saving his life. That tier 2 taken, Ghost Stick still managing to find something while this battle is going in the bottom lane.
Bottom tower has fallen.
Well, like you said, Broodmother just really just farming up to be the actual Radiant carry.
Yeah,
9,000 net worth. He is miles ahead of everyone. 2,000 gold banked up. Probably going to be seeing that Desolator. And the scary thing is, if he picks up this Desolator, it's going to be one of the situations where Empire, their other 4 heroes are pretty strong on their own, and you know, Vega's careless taking an engagement outside of their base. This Broodmother could just like do tons of structural damage.
Double damage.
totally. And I mean, it's also this situation where you have like good team fight built around it, and Troll Warlord is trying to build to be that secondary like helper carry. You've got him going for Vlad's now, and also has the Battle Trance to help increase damage output. Oh god, look at this Disruptor here. How much damage he's gonna take from that. Like, just the little bugs running at him. Dragonite? He's in Viz. They find him, and looks like those spiders, most of them will be able to live.
Definitely, we're going to be seeing that Desolator build now. Getting pretty close to it. I think Empire are going to look to take this tier 1 bottom, or at least force most of Empire to, or sorry, Vega to rotate down there. Especially once the Broodmother finishes up the Desolator, it's going to be like in a pretty easy Roshan for him.
Yeah. The one thing, oh, hooking in now. They have found one, but this is also them walking through the Broodmother webs. It looks like they'll be able to keep alive Chappie for the moment. The boat coming out as well. He's going to get the run bump and connect onto 2 with the Torn as well. And now Ghostic, very angry. The Static Storm down. Is it going to be enough to keep him alive? It doesn't look like it. Vega already ended up losing one. Sioma dropped very low. FN is going to die, but manages to get a lot of damage before that happens. And now Ghostic running away will make the escape. So the final tally is just going to be that FN dropping and maybe Chappie as well.
Chappie might go down here.
Okay, Roger trying to turn it, trying to kill Silent. Miposhka finds the secured kill, but now you also have this Brood who's going to come in, try and run him down, has the ulti back up in 16 seconds. The Sentry Ward is down as well. Ghostic needs to escape, but not going to happen. So they managed to find enough with Afterlife there to take down Ghostic, and that was such an important kill.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Yeah, that was really unfortunate for Ghostic, though. Just not having enough webs. I think if he had more webs, I would have been fine for him. But he's gonna change up his build now. Not gonna be going for the Desolator, feeling the pressure of the disables from Vega. He's going for the BKB instead.
Under attack.
Well, this whole game, it's been feeling like it's Empire that have kind of got that trump card with the Broodmothers so far, but showing that this hero still isn't just the be-all, end-all. And Vega Squadron, still a lot left in the tank. They're going to have the Radiance done on Abaddon, and he has been able to farm a little bit more than everybody else on his team. He's the other real carry.
Yeah, this Radiance pickup is going to be pretty big, too, because I don't know if Empire have enough to endure these team fights. They seem to be lacking sustain. Like, everyone's not really that tanky, and everyone just goes down to a couple of plasma fields, you know, photic shields, fire breath, and everyone's just too low to fight.
Uh-oh. Spiders, again, causing trouble. Always a scary thing. Meanwhile, bottom lane, they've drafted enough heroes that remain very strong without the need for the Abaddon to always be there. Now if you start thinking about when this changes and Abaddon joins the fight, it's just a whole nother ball game.
Yeah. Doesn't have to worry too much about the Broodmother spiders.
Empire smoked up. They want to find something, but it's just not going to be there. And Brood, on the other hand, needs to be careful. They won't. Well, they do get him. Static Storm's down, but my God.
Oh, God, that damage.
That is not pretty. Hook shot in. He still does have ulti, though, and can turn to fight this. Siomo, what have you done? Oh, they're sealing the damage, though. Now Ghostic in trouble, is going to be caught and killed off. And that is the danger of picking this Broodmother. Sometimes you get caught, and there's just no way out.
Great play from Silent. Selfless support. He knows he's gonna die, like almost immediately, but you know, for the greater good. Picking off that Broodmother, a very big kill. Gonna give them the space they need to potentially take this tier 2.
Yeah. I'm going to drink some more of my coffee here to crash and burn. Lovely.
Yeah, and Vega are making this work.
You know what, though? FN does have a Haster and bottled. How many times have we talked about Vega building an advantage and then suddenly putting themselves in a bad position? If they try and, like, really press the advantage here while Brood's dead, Haster and Batrider might just, like, wreck their day.
I think without the Broodmother, they're just not strong enough. They don't have the network to take a team fight into the Vega cores. It's a Radiance, a Batten, you know, you have the Blink Armlet on the DK. Vega are looking very strong right now.
By the way, Kunkka's going for an armlet himself. Roger wants to be a 4th core this game.
Okay, I can respect that. I mean, he's doing really well right now. You know, he's level 12 compared to what the other supports are currently at.
Yeah, not bad at all. And farming Ancients as well. I mean, if you can do it, go for it. More power to you. This was the old Lanham build. The only difference was that he ended up going for only 1 point in X for value and then ended up maxing out Tidebringer as well. Which Roger has done, But he also had maxed out. It was maxed out Torrent and Tidebringer.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Just the overall better for farming build.
Yeah.
Vega are in the area for Roshan. Are they going to look to do this? Yes, they are. They got the Solar Crest on Clockwork as well.
I mean, right now, Empire are very aware of this. And, whoa, hook shot, it actually manages to connect onto two of them, but the boat, the turnaround, is it going to be enough? Troll hitting from the outside as well. Now Brood has been able to find out the rest of these heroes, but look at the damage!
Brood can't do anything!
Ghostic is dead as hell! 3 are gone. My God. How did she die that quickly? Oh, DD. No, the DD just got picked up. What the hell killed her that fast?
Broodmother is just not very tanky to begin with. Broodmother only has 7 armor, you know, he's got 1800 life, but despite that, I mean, the physical damage that comes out of Razor is no joke. You know, if you're under the Eye of the Storm, you're just going to keep losing that armor, and he's also static linking you, as well as the Abaddon Curse of Avernus. There's a lot of damage from Vega.
Oh, Vega, they got knocked out by the Brood Mama in game number 3 the other day, but now looking to try and turn this back against Empire. And Empire struggling to find an answer. They are going to force Vega to back out. I wouldn't have minded seeing them stick around with the Aegis on Razor.
Well, I hope this is not the... not going to be the same mistake that Vega have made several times in the past. They have the advantage, they have the Aegis, but time and time again, they're just unable to make enough happen with it.
It's like they're trying to play safe, but then when that ends up, you know, sort of turning against them because it gives Empire enough time to get their fighting items up. But this still might not end up mattering. There is a smoke movement right now from Empire. They're gonna run into G in the jungle. This is a huge pickoff. Immediately Torrent and the Fiend's Grip. The boat dropped down. G is gone. And I don't know what to say.
Well, it's too early to tell. Definitely a big kill, but not enough to you know, make it look scary for Vega. You know, it's a small step back. They can work around it. Just be a little more careful. Got to stay together. Fight around your Abaddon.
Gold for
Yeah.
my chest.
True enough. Roger, in the meantime, it looks like he has a Sanj eyed up for his next item if he can finish that one off.
Back so soon.
It's going to be pulled back again. Maposhka is here. No more Fiend Script, though, means Afterlife should be able to get away scot-free.
Kunkka's going to be working towards the Heaven's Halberd. Going to be really effective for dealing with, well, pretty much any of the cores, really.
Yeah. And Real U looks to be going for a Lincoln Sphere for himself. Clockwork in the meantime. Yule Scepter is soon to be online, and Afterlife in some trouble yet again. They have every hero here pretty much for the side of Empire. Can they run them down, though? Now FN looking to try and get in a position. You have the wraparound coming from the rest of them. Silent, big static storm could be available. They pop the ulti, try and turn, try and fight this. G finds the stun, and that's going to be FN going down. So they end up popping the ulti from the ABBA, but nothing else. Although you do have Ghost Stick that's going to have a creep wave as he pushes towards the tier 2. This might be a problem. Does he actually have a creep wave? No, he just has the spiders.
That was such a risky play from Empire, trying to kill off an Abaddon of all people. The Radiance and the Vlad's, it's pretty tanky, and like I said, that ulti will buy him a lot of time.
Roger. Oh! Ends up nightmaring himself instead of hitting the creep wave, and that's going to be the tier 3 tower down. So Vega Squadron, they're going to take our fears away for the moment at least. Afterlife still does have his ulti back up again, and they're stealing damage from the Broodmother. They pop the BKB, turn to fight, but there's nothing. Doesn't have a damn thing left. Now he has buyback, but are you really going to want to use that at this point? If you're Empire, you lose the whole freaking barracks. Nothing left. Torrent is there, but they just don't have the damage, and FN just going to get ran at. Aloha Dance is a monster, able to dodge that with the Nightmare. Well done. But I think that this is Vega here to stay, and they might just turn their attention to this bottom tier 3 tower. They're holding the buyback for the Brood, and they are finally going to use it now, and they need to come and take this fight. Nightmare, they have X as well. Maybe can teach somebody else, as Roger being purged up as well. He's in some trouble, and it's going to be brought down. Now Broodmother goes to, they pull him back in. That's going to be Chappie dropping low. Did manage to evade one of those shots, but damage is going to keep him alive. 90 HP. No, the hook shot comes in. Sioma able to find him. Brood will clean up the clockwork. Everybody else incredibly ill. The real you is going to lose the Aegis here. It's going to be back up full HP. No buybacks on Bane or Nyx, or Bane or Kunkka. There's the jump. Chappie caught again. Static Link is off cooldown if they wanted to go for it. Point another back in. Disruptor Glimpse. They caught him as well. Chappie going to run away. But I don't think that they can take this fight anymore. That's so many buybacks committed, and the net worth lead is going to be just astoundingly into Vega Squadron's favor.
Oh, that one's got to hurt. Vega getting so much out of that push. Like you said, 3 buybacks from Empire. These two teams are actually so evenly matched.
It's pretty nuts.
G is looking to solo the shrine. All of Vega just gonna...
Oh no.
Go ahead, wait for cooldowns, buy their items.
I thought they were going to try and catch out G there. Maybe.
Oh, they might catch him.
Yeah, this is still a decent fight. They don't have a shrine available. They have vision now. There's going to be the X onto the Razor.
Though.
Pulling him back in. They want to go for it. The BKB pops their Ghost Stick. Chasing down onto one. That is going to be Razor dead. He doesn't have buyback for 50 seconds, but there isn't a creep wave here either. They've caught the Abba, and well, he's going to be pulled back in as well. His ulti's already been used. This is going to be Afterlife grind as well. That's 2 heroes dead for 40 and 70 seconds.
Unfortunately for Empire, I don't think it's going to amount to anything really in terms of objectives, because there aren't really any creeps anywhere. But still, two very big kills going their way.
I mean, it's a start at the very least.
That is true.
Unfortunately, they are getting those bottom barracks assaulted. Chappie will be able to push it back. And it maybe gives them a little bit of map control more into their favor, too. I don't know. Tough to tell. What are levels looking like, by the way?
20 on Abba.
Brood just got the 70 attack speed.
This is so hard for this Brood to fight into them. This Razor is just constantly static linking Broodmother. Once Broodmother is detected, it's just so difficult for her to run away.
In that last fight, they weren't able to hold, but even still, they had to use, what was it, 3 buybacks? So the only one left with buyback at this point is the Kunkka and soon to be the Bat Rider, but that's very tough. And you can't even really chain disable Razor anymore because he has a Lincoln Sphere.
Kunkka carry not exactly offering enough damage. He actually hit surprisingly hard, but it's still not enough.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Well, they have a ward inside Empire's base, or they did. Might have gotten taken away. Roger jumps forward, gets pulled back again by the X. Deals a decent chunk of damage before he ends up getting killed off. Or they're taken down. Okay, Afterlife finds the Brood. Well, the boat comes out as well. They turn to fight. It's a good amount of damage. They've caught another on the back. Mapushka is going to drop as well. Can they do this, though? Can they bring down G? He's just so freaking tank. He has the Armatogs. Will finally die. Afterlife is there as well. But you can see that the Bane already gone. They are lacking lockdown a little bit. And Roger barely able to Arma toggle away from that one. Means that they will live to fight another day. But can they kill off these heroes regardless of that?
I'm very surprised they were able to run out of that kinetic field. I thought for sure they were all going to die there, but still, Rax goes down. It's only a matter of time.
So, a very significant lead into Vega Squadron's favor. They've taken 2 lanes of barracks as well. Roger, he is going to run into hell and is going to be killed off here, I believe. Oh, well, Torrent, maybe a turnaround? FN is there, they just destroy him. Disruptor gone, and now Sioma He's gonna be killed off as well. What the hell just happened? Normally you want to you want to hook shot people when you're Clockwork.
Well, that's the power of the ghost ship. Kunkka had like one HP after the ghost ship buff ran out.
Yeah.
But once again, it's the same issue. There's just no creeps to work with. You get 2 kills, but it's just 2 supports and no real objective on the map for you to take. Roshan is not going to be quick enough. Well, technically, I think they could do it quick enough, but they don't exactly know the buyback situations. I think the game's just pretty much over if they go for Roshan and both the supports end up buying back. So long uphill battle for Empire if they're going to come back from this one.
For sure. I mean, it starts with pickoffs like that, though, and team fights that look like that. Brood is getting towards an MKB. Am I missing something here? Is it just the Radiance evasion that they want to get taken care of?
There's a solar crest on the Clockwork as well.
Oh, okay. Well, Roshan's starting to go down. Empire, aware that this is happening, now sort of in a position where they could smoke up, but it doesn't look like they have any interest in it. Just get your items, try and wait this out, and see if you can take the fight in another fashion.
Roshan has fallen to the ground.
This is tough. It's going to be Cheese as well as Aegis this time.
Spider's maybe going to try and mess with the creep wave, but it's not going to be easy. The other nice thing that you do have is, like, the buff, or rather the boat is only on the 50-second cooldown, so you sometimes can even use it just to push out creep waves in these late game scenarios. And, you know, that does end up working a little bit better.
Something else to note is that this Clockwork is actually very farmed. Going towards the Crimson Guard actually almost has it. He has almost as much farm as the Troll Warlord. That's how difficult this game has been for Chappie.
All right, G goes forward. They're able to break the Lincolns, pull him back in as well. Do they have the damage? The Aphotic Shield's already down. Chappie getting the damage stolen, ran down, killed off. And Broodmother is there trying to do whatever he can, but there's just far too much damage. And Roger running away as well. They turn, they try and fight. Maposhka's dead as well. 2 heroes left for Empire, but it's looking like it's Vega Squadron who are the ones in control. Maybe another Kunkka couple hits is going to be enough. They have Tidebringer that keeps on dealing this damage, but their barracks are just dropping, and there's going to be the stun. GG cold. We're going to a game number 5.
Radiant's top tower.
Oh my goodness.
Radiant's top tower.
Seems like for Vega, it's really just they either stomp or they stomp a little and then they lose the late game. It's really strange here. Seems I honestly feel like Vega plays better when they don't do so well in the early game.
They don't get too confident and then they just sort of play their way back into it. Yeah, I'd agree. It's like tilting because you lost stuff is like worse somehow than tilting because you didn't gain stuff. You know what I mean?
Okay, I see what you mean.
Yeah. I used to do like some econ stuff, and there was behavioral economics that said that people felt like not getting $100 bonus felt better than like getting $100 bonus and then having it taken away, if that makes sense at all. Even though it's the same difference in terms of like money that you make. But I don't know, I'm getting too much into psychology here.
I see what you mean.
Yeah.
But I mean, all things considered, that game was just pretty much single-handedly won by the fact that that bottom lane for Vega Squadron was just so devastating. Chappie not having anything made it so difficult for them to win that game. Like we said that Ghost Stick was doing really well, but this Racer pick just completely shuts them down. And since Troll Warlord doesn't have any items, they don't have to worry about him. Then after that, there's just no damage.
Yeah. And I mean, it was a cheesy last pick in a lot of ways, that Broodmother. Maybe Empire feeling like they had one game that they could have messed around with a little bit. And also it was just a good strategy. But maybe next time going for something a little bit more standard and seeing if they can beat Vega Squadron in that fashion. Maybe also thinking about trying to go for a pick that scales better into the late game, because it did feel like they kind of fell off later on, particularly without Chappie getting anything.
Yeah, that's something to consider. It's anything can happen in this last game. It's such a difficult series to call.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to be back and calling it for you nonetheless. Empire versus Vega Squadron. They went the full 3-game set just the other day when they played in the upper bracket finals. There, Empire were able to win it out with the Brood pick. This time, it's going to be the Brood pick for Empire that allow Vega Squadron to send it to the 5 games themselves. Lyrical and Aosin going to be your 2 casters for this next one as we get down to one last game in this best of 5. Empire versus Vega. Winner goes to the summit. See you guys in a few.